I just paused the video to attend to something, but I can't remember if I said anything yet. This is just to follow up on the radiator of the E-Class. I actually got a bad radiator. Now, there's been a starvation for German radiators in Australia. The owner asked for the cheapest radiator. I don't know if I mentioned it. Anyway, after I made the video, I knew immediately when I put these hoses in, they didn't feel firm enough, like without the clip, you know, like before this went down. Now, this is a Hella Burr radiator, and when pushing these hoses in, they should actually make some contact. Lucky I had the sense to immediately put water in it, and it just poured out like a sieve. So there's a bad batch of radiators going around by a German brand, but I don't believe they're made in Germany at all. So finally I got my hands on what I wanted, which was the Hella Burr radiator. And that's it. I mean, you know, I mentioned the bits to do. It's quite a straightforward job, but yeah, it can just go very wrong. Glue the bottom rubbers on. I had that one running away, and glue it sort of not exactly in the circle. If you're going to glue that one, it's got to be sort of, you know, not pushed all the way over, that base rubber, the round one. It's got to be just a few mils off to fit. So whilst that sits before position, clip the condenser on and then bring the whole lot up, and it'll sit like that. Okay. Another interesting note is I basically put a funnel here that fits. Now, Mercedes don't have the bleeding issues that plague other vehicles, but as I said, I'm not a Mercedes factory technician, so to avoid problems, I'll show you. So I start the engine, before I start the engine, this pump's running, right? And I filled up coolant, and with any car that you want to bleed, especially prone problem cars, this is a good way to do it because you bring the water right up above anything, okay? So put in water first, as I say, not straight coolant. You can get a big airlock. And I filled up another 1.5 litres by just doing this. While that pump's now running, hear it? Okay, and bubbles kept coming out. I was going to just show you, but I've run out of blue coolant, so I have to refill it to show you. But yeah, as that pump runs, put the heater controls on hot, and it just kept filling, and it just avoids problems later. You know what I mean? So you squeeze the hose and bubbles, and that helps you circulate water in some areas. And then I filled it and bubbles. It's good. Took 1.5 litres. Now, bear in mind, if you're going to run it without the fans, you're going to get a code that might not go so easily.